I didn't tell my boyfriend about my sex toys before we moved in together. My boyfriend Jake and I have been dating for 7 months, and things were going really well. We hadn't planned on moving in together this soon, but my lease was ending, and rent prices in our city are absolutely insane right now. Like, my studio apartment was going up to $1,800 a month, which is more than I make in a month at my job. So when Jake suggested I move into his place, it just made sense financially. We talked about it for like 2 weeks, made sure we were both comfortable with the idea, and decided to go for it. I mean, we were practically living together anyway, since I was staying over like 5 nights a week. Moving day was chaos. I had way more stuff than I thought, and Jake's apartment is pretty small, so we're trying to figure out where everything's gonna fit. We're unpacking boxes in his bedroom, and I'm organizing my clothes while he's dealing with all my random stuff. I keep my personal items in these discreet little boxes because I like everything organized and clean. So Jake picks up this small white box and looks at it all confused. He goes, "What's a pebble? Is this like a paperweight or something?" I look over and realize he's holding the box for one of my toys. I figured it wasn't a big deal, so I just said casually, "Oh, that's one of my toys." He looked even more confused and was like, "What kind of toy?" That's when it clicked that he had no idea what I was talking about. I said, "It's a sex toy," thinking he'd just be like, "Okay," and move on, but his whole face changed. He put the box down real quick and got this weird look. He was quiet for a second, then said, "I didn't even know you used those. Am I not good enough or something?" His voice got all quiet and hurt, and I felt absolutely terrible. I tried to explain right away that it had nothing to do with him, that it's just something I use when I'm alone sometimes. I told him it doesn't replace anything about our relationship or mean I'm unsatisfied, but he seemed really uncomfortable and kind of shut down for the rest of unpacking. We barely talked the rest of the day, and I kept wondering if I should have brought this up before moving in. 2 days later, he finally wanted to talk about it properly. We sat on his couch, and he admitted that finding out like that caught him totally off guard and made him feel insecure. He said he'd never been with someone who used toys before and didn't know how to react, but then he said something that really surprised me. He goes, "I've been thinking about it, and I realize I was being immature. It's not about me, and there's nothing wrong with what you do when you're alone." I explained that from my perspective, I never thought this needed a conversation beforehand. Like, it's personal stuff that I use by myself, and it honestly didn't occur to me to mention it. I wasn't trying to hide anything or keep secrets. He said he understood that now, but in the moment, it felt like this big thing he didn't know about me. We ended up having a really good talk about expectations and communication, and things got way less awkward after that. But now I'm wondering if I should have just told him about this stuff before we moved in together. Like, was this something I should have brought up when we were talking about living together?